Yo, what's up guys? Partywaffles here, and welcome to deathknight School with Partywaffles. This is a new series that I'm starting. It's basically going to be just little, basically like lessons or tips to make you a better deathknight, okay? And today's lesson is going to be lesson 1. It's going to be Unholy DK abilities. Because I'm going to go over every ability, and I bet you there's uses to the abilities that you don't know about that you're going to learn from the video. So, we're going to jump right into this. So this is, as I said, this is going to be lesson 1. So, we're going to cover every ability here. Let's take it from the top, okay? This is going to be Unholy, though. So let's get this show on the road. So we'll cover pet abilities last. So we're just going to go through them here, okay? So A-Bomb Limb, as you know, this is a damage ability. It can be used to pull them closer to you. This one is kind of straightforward. There's not really any secret use. You know, you want to use this to get your kill most of the time, okay? Death and Decay. This can be used for a few different ways. The first way being, you can use it to pull things out of stealth. Secondly, you can use it to stop drinks because it's a range AoE. You can use it to stop a drink behind a pillar. You can use it to, you can throw it on the ground, stand in it, and then while you're standing in it, any Scourge strikes that you have are going to cleave. So if I'm standing in the Death and Decay and I'm hitting multiple targets are stacked, it's going to be bursting wounds on multiple targets. The next thing here is AntiMagic Shell. This one is a pretty obvious one, right? It's just a defensive. But at the same time, it can be used as an offensive. So if you aren't worried about dying, you can use your AntiMagic Shell when you're going to do your big damage so that you can't get peeled. So you definitely want to incorporate that into your gameplay. You don't only want to ever use it defensively. You sometimes want to use it offensively. Next here we have Death Coil, which can be used to do damage, mainly to do damage as a rune power dump. But another use for it is this, okay? So you have a proc right here called Runic Corruption. When you're dumping your runic power, either Death Striking or Death Coil, you're going to be trying to get this proc to increase your rune regen rate. So you can use the Death Coil for damage, you can use it to get the proc, you can use it for anything like that. Also, it's going to reduce the cooldown of your Dark Transformation. So, alright, and the final use for Death Coil is going to be this right here, okay? It's going to be healing your pet. So, it's actually on you to keep your pet alive for the most part. Like, sure, your healer can toss the occasional heals, but with Death Coil, you're going to make a macro, and look, you can heal your own pet. Boom. See that? Coiled my pet. And there it is. That's the final use for Death Coil. The next thing we have here is AntiMagic Zone. This one is pretty straightforward. It's just an AntiMagic Zone to reduce damage taken. There's no special use to it or anything like that. You're just going to use it to avoid damage. Death Gate doesn't matter. Chains of Ice, this one again is straightforward. Use it to slow enemies, right? You want to keep things chained as much as possible so that you can connect, your pets can connect, everything like that. Death Grip, there's not really any special use to this. You can use it to grip somebody to you. You can use it to grip somebody off your partner. You can use it to grip a CC, anything like that. Control Undead, doesn't matter. Death Strike. Death Strike is going to be a defensive ability, okay? You're not going to be using this from your main damage or anything like that. When you take a big chunk of damage, you're going to Death Strike and heal it back. If you have Runic Power, you're going to Death Strike, heal it back, because you're going to be getting that proc that I was talking about earlier, right? Next thing we have here that could have some uses you might not know about here is Dark Command, okay? You might not see it on my bar, but I have it macroed into things. But basically, Dark Command, so what you can do with this, it's a taunt, right? So you can put it in your abilities so it'll just automatically taunt pets to you. But one thing you can do is, say you're going to get CC'd, you can taunt something to come hit you right before you get trapped or something, and it'll attack and break the trap. Or you can taunt enemies off your partners to make them, like, save them if they're dying. Sort of things like that. You can use it to taunt somebody to keep them in combat. Yeah, and that's pretty much about that. Death's Advance, no special use here. It's pretty, well, I mean, I guess there kind of is. So, it's a knockback. It makes you immune to knockbacks, right? So you can use this for movement speed to connect to somebody. Or you can use this if you're fighting an LA Shaman and they're about to knock you, right? But when you ramp up your damage, you press this, and then they can't knock you away. But there's not really anything too special with this one. Next thing here, Flushcraft, obviously, it gives you a wall. You can also use it to immune CC. Nothing crazy there. Icebound, you can use it to get out of stuns, or you can use it as a damage reduction before damage. Okay, so here's where we're going to get into some more special uses, alright? So, Sacrificial Pact, this just heals you. It destroys your pet, heals you for 25% of your health, and does some damage. The damage is kind of irrelevant for the most part. The next thing we have here is Lichborne. So this one has a lot of uses that you might not know about, okay? So just looking at it, increases leech, whatever, doesn't really matter. It makes you immune to charm, fear, sleep. So you can use this to, if you're in a fear already, you can use it to break a fear. If you're in a sap, whatever, you can use it. Or sorry, you can't break out of a sap with it, but you can break out of a fear, you can break out of whatever, right? But the main use here that I want to tell you guys about for Lichborne is you can use it, like say you're fighting rogue mage or something, right? Or you're fighting a rogue, you can use it. You can run into the arena, press it, and then remount up and run over and get combat. Because a rogue cannot sap you if you use this, okay? You can't be sapped. Also, you can use it, say a mage wants to DB poly you, right? Dragon's Breath poly you. If you know that's going to happen, you press this beforehand, and then he can't poly you out of the Dragon's Breath, right? Like, you want to pre-use this on a bunch of stuff. Like, you see a mage casting a polymorph on you, you just Lichborne, and then the polymorph won't do anything. So Lichborne actually is insane ability, and you should probably get used to using this in a lot of different ways. The final way to use it being, you can use it as a heal on yourself in a pinch. Like, say, you don't want to do it often, right? It's not that good, but so say you're disarmed and you can't death strike. You're low HP and you need to kite, and if you come in melee range for a death strike, you're gonna die. You can Lichborne heal then. Just niche situations like that, but you're gonna usually want to death strike. But yeah, so it's just like this. You want to make a macro, and then you're just gonna heal yourself with it. Boom. See how I just coiled myself there? Same as the pet kind of thing, basically. All right. Okay, next here on a pale horse, doesn't matter. Just increases your mount speed, stamina. Mind freeze. There's not really any special things here. It's just a kick. Use it to kick your enemies. Whether the healer, DPS, it doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. This doesn't matter. All right, now let's get into the Unholy abilities here. We're gonna run through these real quick, but yeah, make sure you guys. I hope you guys took something away from the general ones there. Like mostly the Lichborne uses was the main important one. All right, in the next row here we have Apocalypse. This is just your burst. This is going to be your burst damage. Nothing special. It's just your burst damage, okay? When you want to do your big damage, your Apocalypse is going to be a part of it. Festering Strike. This is going to be your wound builder, okay? You're just using this to build up your festering wounds so that you can burst them with Clawing Shadows or Apocalypse. Army of the Dead, you can't use that in PvP, so it doesn't matter. Outbreak. Just to dot the target. You actually don't want to press this too much. You honestly want to be bursting your wounds more right now because you want your conduit to make your Apocalypse come back faster. I'll show you. You want this conduit right here. The more wounds you burst, the faster your Apocalypse regenerates. So that's how your Apocalypse is going to line up with your second Dark Transformation. So you got to watch for that. But anyways, let's keep going here. Asphyxiate, it's just a stun. You can use it to stun for your go. Stun silence. Raise dead, nothing. Clawing Shadows, this is just Scourge Strike. You use this to burst your wounds. So this is your spent, this is your builder, and then this is your burster, basically. Strangulate, it's just a silence. Nothing special there. You can silence out of your stun, usually. Dark Transformation. So this is going to be your burst as well, right? Usually you're going to pair Unholy Blight and Dark Transformation together all the time, okay? But it's just a burst. It powers you up, makes you do more damage, makes your pet do more damage. Important ability. Just a bursting ability, though. Holy Assault, another bursting ability. You want to pair them together. If you want to know exactly the rotation to pair the bursting abilities and everything like that, like how to do your burst, I have an Unholy guide that has the rotations and everything like that. This is just tips on how to use abilities better. So if you want the full-on guide, I will link that. I'll pull it up in the video somewhere here for you guys. So let's go ahead and take a look here. Here's another important one that a lot of people don't know how to use, okay? This one is really important. Epidemic. Epidemic, okay? So the reason this ability is so good is because you keep your dot on a rogue, right? And you know rogues, they always want to run away in stealth. Well, if you have your dot on them, you can use Epidemic and pull them out of stealth. So you can say a druid is drinking in stealth, but you have your dot, you press this, it pulls them out of stealth and will get them in combat. So you can use this on people in stealth. You can use this behind pillars. That's pretty much it. So it's really important to keep people out of stealth and to keep people from drinking. Very, very important ability. Very overpowered ability in my opinion. Because they can never get a stealth if you do it. So make sure you use this. And Holy Blight, it's just another ramp up ability. It's just another cooldown for your damage. Like I said, if you want to know the rotation, you can check out my guide. Next here we have Wraith Walk, which is one of my favorite abilities. There's nothing special about this. You're just going to use it to break roots or connect to people. It's kind of an aggressive ability. You don't have to play it, but yeah. These are just procs. I'll tell you about the procs though. This one, when you kill an enemy, you get a huge death strike, so that's really good for 2v3s or 1v2s. This is the proc I showed you, and then Sudden Doom is just your next Death Coil or Epidemic costs no runic power. We're gonna take a quick little run through the pet abilities too, okay? So you can have Claw on automatic, that's fine, but you're gonna need to use most of these abilities, okay? So you're gonna want Pet Attack put somewhere. As far as these, so this is gonna make your pet assist you, which is good. It's gonna help attacking you because a lot of the AI is glitchy right now, so you want it on assist. Now is gonna be your pet stun. Which is going to be bigger if your pet's transformed, but you want to put this somewhere. It's really important. Do not have this on auto. You want to make sure it's not circling like this, okay? Huddle, another thing here. So when you transform your pet, you can use this, and then it won't incapacitate your pet. Like, watch what happens if I use this when it's not transformed. So see my pet there? It's kind of incapacitated. It's not doing anything. But if it's transformed with Dark Transformation, it'll still keep doing stuff, and it'll just take 50% less damage. Pet leak, this is going to be your pet kick, obviously. So to kick, like, look at my pet, right? It has to be away from the target. So I want to kick this target. Boom, there it is. Kicks the target. There's like a range on it. So if you're too close, it won't do it. So say I'm right here and I want to kick it. You're either going to have to move it away like this with a pet move, or you could like put it on something else and then kick it, or something like that. However you want to move it. But that's basically it for the pet. The kick, the stun, the huddle. That's basically it. But yeah, see, if anybody learned anything they didn't know about those abilities, feel free to drop a comment and let me know. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. I'm not sure what the next lesson will be. Let me know in the comments what you guys want for the next lesson. I'm thinking maybe like pet control, positioning, something like that. But just let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Twitch.tv/partywafflesnext, and I will see you next time.